Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is 16th video in Veeam Advanced Training. And today in this video we are going to discuss about managing replication in Veeam Backup and Replication. So in last video we have configured the Veeam replication for one Hyper-V host and one cluster, and in this video we are going to see how the Veeam replication is running and how we can manage the Veeam replication from the Veeam console and from the Hyper-V itself. So let's go to the next slide. So this is our Veeam lab setup which we have set up in last video. So the first machine is Win2K12, which is our Active Directory server. If you go here, you can see this is my Active Directory server. Active Directory and DNS rule is running on this machine. You can see the name of this machine is Win2K12 DC01. So this is my Active Directory server, and the domain name is victorinfosol.com. And if I go to users and computers, you can see all my servers, virtual machines, everything is there. So this is my Active Directory server, and the second server is Veeam server itself, which is Win2K12-Veeam, which is my Veeam Backup and Replication server. So if I go here, you can see this is Win2K12-Veeam, and this is the same Veeam server which we are using since second video of this series. So I'm going to connect the Veeam replication and console. So it's going to take some time to get connected. So we are in Veeam Backup and Replication console, and the third server which I have is a Hyper-V standalone server, which is Win2K12 HV01, on which we having two virtual machines, VM01 and VM02. So you can see from here, this is my Win2K12 HV01. This is a Hyper-V server. You can see Hyper-V role is enabled, and if I go to Hyper-V manager, you can see basically I'm running virtual machine 01 and virtual machine 02 on this machine, on this Hyper-V host. So these are two virtual machines which we are running on this host. And next we have a two node Hyper-V cluster. So I'm going to show you the Hyper-V cluster also. So this is the HV02 and HV03, which is by which we have created a Hyper-V cluster. So I'm going on tools and failover cluster manager. So you can see HV-cluster, which is a Hyper-V cluster, and we have two nodes in this cluster, HV02 and HV03. These are the two cluster nodes, and we have a VM03 and VM04 is running in this cluster. So this is our infrastructure which we have used in last video, and we have enabled two replication job in last video, which is one from replicating VM01 and 02 to cluster, which is VM01 underscore replica and VM02 underscore replica, and second job we have created for Veeam03 and Veeam04 to replicate on Hyper-V standalone Hyper-V host. So we'll go and see this replication job. So I'm on Veeam server. You can see we have a replication job for VM01 and 02, and this is replicating from HV01 to HV-cluster. So the source is, the target is this. It's replicating from this host, standalone Hyper-V host, to target HV cluster. And you can see the second job, VM03 and VM04, which is replicating from HV cluster to Win2K12 HV01, which is target is Win2K12 HV01, which is our standalone host. So you can see I'm going to discuss about the managing replication in this video. So the first thing you need to understand the type of replication which is enabled. You can see from Hyper-V replication, and here you can see the objects. Objects mean what it's going to include. Object is included in this replication job. So you can see here if I go to virtual machine, you can see I have enabled two virtual machines, so that's why it's giving two objects. And if you want to rename the job, you can go here and you can rename the job anytime and click on finish. So it's going to rename. You can see the job name has been renamed, and the status is stop. Whenever I'm going to right click on a start, it's going to change the status from stop to running. You can see now status is 0% completed, and this and this is the next schedule, which is going to give you on the behalf of what you have scheduled in this job. So if you want to change the schedule, you can always go here and on the schedule you can change the schedule if you wish to change the schedule. And destination you can also change anytime, and you can also change the suffix name anytime. And the main thing which I'm going to discuss about the here is a retention policy for the this jobs, replication jobs. So I'm going to discuss those also. So you can see the status is running, and also you can go and running last 24 hours, and it's going to give you the status of all the tasks which is running. So this is how we can modify the Veeam replication. So you can always free to go and edit, and you can change the details if you wish to change any replication detail. Like if you want to change the replica metadata folder, you can go here and change it. So let's go one by one and discuss all things together. So I'm going to click on edit of the replication job. So anytime you can rename this job, you can change the description. Also you can add or remove virtual machine from any replication job. Like if you wish to remove, you just need to select the virtual machine and remove. It's going to remove that job. And next, what you can do from here, you can set the destination, where if you wish to change any destination for this replication folder, you can change. So currently it's here, and you can change the job setting also if you want to change the replication metadata file, if you wish to change the VM suffix name or restore point. You can also go to advanced and you can change the compression level if you need to change. And you can change the data transfer, like offline to online host backup if you have something like this. And if you have a application aware processing, if you want to enable later on, you can go here and change it, and you need to put the credential. And when you click on test, you need to make sure it's going to pass. And currently you can see this is getting failed, so you need to make sure if you enable any job like application aware backup, you need to put the correct credential for OS guest credential, and then you have a schedule, and finally you have a summary of this job. So you can change all these things whenever you need. And if you go to replicas, you can see all the replication which is currently happen and which is available to you to get the restore. So you can see from here we have 4 virtual machine replicas and Veeam backup and replication, and you can see the status and type and job name which is associated with this virtual machine, replication copy, and the status. And you have a creation date, which is the giving the topmost like you can say the recent creation date of this replica, and then it's going to give you the restore point, original location, and replication location. You can get all the things from here. And if you right click from here and go to properties, you can see all the replication, original path and VM name, and then you can see the size of all the replication which is happened, and the status and restore point size which is given in the folder. So this is how it's. And so You can see different type of restore point available for all different type of virtual machine. It's depend on your replication job and schedule. And then we have I'm going to have a separate video on failover now, plan failover, add to all these things. So if you remove this from configuration, let's try this and see what it's going to do. So if I remove from configuration VM4, you can see remove replica VM from configuration database. VM will be removed from the job only. So if I click on yes, you can see it's going to remove the metadata file and database configuration database. So you can see now if I go here, you can see the machine has been removed now. And if I go here, you can see in backups replica, you can see the VM is still just metadata file is still exist here, and the replication of the Veeam server storage. So if you wish to import from, so if I go on HyperV Cluster and then see this virtual machine here, you can see we have all the replication restore points available, but the machine has been released from this console, and we have also metadata files from here. So when you do this, you need to make sure what you are doing, removing from configuration. And if you are going to delete from disk, let's try this and delete replication VM disk. If I click on yes, it's going to take some time and check all the replication disk and status. Then you can see deleting replica VM from disk. And then if you go on here, you will see the VM04 underscore 3 replica has been deleted, and we don't have any more that virtual machine replicated in the HyperV host, which is a standalone. So you need to make sure about these things when you are going to do delete from disk, or you are going to delete from remove from configuration. So and remove from configuration, it's going to remove the machine only for Veeam console, Veeam backup and replication console. It's not going to delete metadata files or the restoration point for like snapshot for the virtual machine. But if you select delete from delete from disk, it's going to delete the virtual machine replica copy from the HyperV host, and also it's going to delete the replica metadata from here. And next we have a properties option. We have already verified. It's going to give you all the details. So in next video we are going to focus on these things, adding like plan, failover now, and all this. So this is all about managing replication in Veeam. So also we can go here and you can see on the HyperV host itself, you can see there are lots of restore points has been created. And if I go on my computer and browse the disk, you can see from here it's created one replicas folder because it's defined in this job. If I go here, it's defined in job. Destination, it's defined in job. So on the host this, and in the D replicas, you can see it's created one folder, and then under the folder we have different virtual machine. Some has well some name for the virtual machine. This is automatically identified by Veeam Backup and Replication. And then we have a snapshot folder where we have all the details from snapshot, and we have a virtual machine file which is you can use to import the virtual machine. And then we have ISKC backup for, you can see this is the full backup of the hard drive of the virtual machine. Then we have all the snapshot avhdx file, which is snapshot file. So this is how Veeam is going to restore the snapshot and the virtual machine full. And You can same verify on a cluster also. If I go to the destination path, which is CSV01, and we have two folders, and then we have a virtual machine folder and all the snapshot, and same for the second, we have virtual machine and all the snapshot, and we have a snapshot files, we have a virtual machine configuration file, so everything is there. So this is how we can manage the Veeam backup and replication. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post them in my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.